and the golden voice of Neal Rhul. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network.
Big D! Big win this weekend.
Look at this guy. D-Mac, Darren McCarty, back in the fold. My name is Neal Rhul. Big Mike Gentry is here. It is the first day of the NHL season. BMG has the sleeveless Red Wings fleece on.
Oh, yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
All right.
That's whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's ready to roll. Spencer Raxter is back.
I'm back.
Squad assemble.
Yeah. Yesterday, so I don't go to Feldman, and I didn't know we weren't at Feldman, and I didn't have more upset. Yeah.
All right, then.
That's what happened
We're just happy you're okay.
All good, Spenny. All good.
Yeah, we're just happy you're okay.
Hey,
there were questions.
Listen, Caicos was calling, and they were mad at Turks, so you had to fly down there for a day to give them some equal opportunity.
For sure.
Yeah, no question about it, though. But we are locked. We are loaded. We are ready to go. Got some line stuff to get to today. We'll take the first look. Stick is in the house. Not virtually. Takes me back to the COVID sports year.
Oh, yeah.
He's sitting front row.
That's what it's all about. Weird times.
It was weird times. First day of the NHL hockey season, as we said. D-Mac, we're going to take a segment on it in the second hour. Everybody calm down. We're going to take a segment.
Isn't that crazy? What'd you say, Gentry? 4 o'clock this afternoon, triple header today. Who's the first
Hockey
game?
is back. Tampa and Nashville.
And then what else do we have today?
Chicago and Pittsburgh, and then Vegas.
Bedard.
Yeah,
and
Vegas
Crosby.
and Seattle.
Yep.
The old guard and the new guard.
I know about
Hockey's
11%
back.
of the audience right now was like, yeah, Bedard and Crosby. 11%. But hey,
You were one of them.
I was one of them.
Yes.
And we're gonna talk about it a little bit because I do have a Red Wings thing. We're gonna tie it into that. The Red Wings in the playoffs. We're gonna get to that coming up in the second hour. BMG, you know what today is. Today is Tuesday. It is a rest in peace Tuesday. You know, we're putting some people in the coffin in relation to football coming up towards the second hour. No, I will not have Sam Flannel resting in peace just yet. Tomorrow, Wednesdays with Flannel.
Maybe tomorrow.
Spenny and I have a banger for him.
Yep.
You don't want to miss this tomorrow. His head may explode.
This is great.
His head may explode. And absolutely. Jump into that woodwardsports.com chat thread. Get in there. Get your thoughts. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel and the Big D Energy podcast. Leave it a 5-star if you would be so kind. Maybe a little mini review as well. Pete Smith, Neal, can you give it up for Tottenham Hotspur leading the table? I cannot, Pete. That was referee corruption at the highest level in the game against Liverpool. So I will not.
What happened?
There was lots of shenanigans.
Shenanigans?
So, to the point where they actually did something to the officiating crew. So you know it was bad.
Holy cow.
You know it was bad. I don't want to bore everybody with the details, but we'll get into it.
Football.
D-Mac, I have this for you. You and I were discussing. We talk about the weather on this show from time to time. I already am struggling with the cold. Ooh. Already. I was at my son's last soccer game yesterday. And I was sitting outside, and I was miserable. And I looked at the phone, and it was like 52 degrees. What am I going to do like when it's cold, D-Mac?
Hey, I'm told the boys when I walked in, I'm running like 45 minutes behind. It's official this morning. Under 50 degrees, and I don't know if people are like me, and it's probably age and different things like that, but getting the body going a little bit. Today was the day where it was like, oh my God, I got to go into the bag of tricks and pull out. Thank goodness I know what to do, boys.
I had to do it twice.
Did you really?
So I woke up for Lions Insider Show, Woodward and Maine, and then I went home and I went back to bed. And I had to wake up again.
Oh, that's not there's something medically that it's called about trying to get, because if you, like a certain amount when you're napping or asleep that you go back into your REM, so it takes you longer
to fire the
engines back up. But Spenny, if anybody can do it, it's you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
I just don't know what I'm going to do like when it gets like really cold, like when there's a wind chill and stuff like that.
I'm probably just going to, I don't know, just die.
Fair enough.
R.I.P. Spenny.
Yeah, R.I.P. It was a good run, man.
It was a good run.
You weren't here for a long time, but you were here for a good time.
It was fun while it lasted.
Absolutely. A dirty burrito. This is a great point. The WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Is anyone else just as high as I am on how much fun? Hold on, let me finish. On just how much fun this season has been. I get giddy like Christmas morning every Monday, and get a second Christmas today, seeing the entire NFC North lose. What a day! How much fun is this?
Bingo,
for real?
bango, bongo. We nailed it. If you caught the live stream on Sunday, which we're having a ball, and if you're sitting home watching it, throw it on. The boys are having fun. There's a great clip of Spenny's reaction. Spenny calls out, "Aiden, I need you to be hot right now," and he picks it off one-handed. Neal, to that point, right? Was that the most stress-free game? And I think Spenny brought up Jacksonville last year, but this year for sure, of the way, and Dan Campbell addressed it
D-Mac.
in his post game. This is what you're supposed to do when you're a good team.
And D-Mac, so they're 4-1. And that Falcons game was stress-free. That Panthers game, stress-free. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that
it's weird.
It was, and doing it also too, not 100%. Doing it like the rest of the NFL does. Down guys, down starters. I still reiterate back, right, to what Dan Campbell said, that in 2021 they realized that they had to prepare for as if every starter went down. And it's depth. They've got great depth, and they got different guys stepping up at different times. What I like to see is, now it's next man up, right? They're focusing in. Big game in Tampa. Going back out on the road. Not an easy place to play. Hopefully we're closer to seeing guys, come back, not just the Branches and the Amon-Ra, but the Josh Pascals.
Yes.
And seeing what else. Real quick, as an athlete, your heart goes out to Emmanuel Mosley. Mm-hmm. 2 plays in, he blows out his other knee and stuff like that. So there's still are the ebbs and flows of the season, but this is real. This is real. I mean, the minute this is how real it is. On the live stream, the minute something went a little bit awry in the first, and some people in the chat thread get in SOL. You know who stops SOL? Not as fans anymore, saying it's not SOL, it's not. It's the team proving it's not SOL out on the field.
On the fly, too, like in the moment.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Back to back. Flea flicker touchdown, interception touchdown. Or pick, stuff like this, making plays. So, whoever brought whatever was said that you read by the chat thread is 100% on point.
It's just because we don't.
It's just new.
We don't get to do this.
It's new, but I think we're doing a good job enjoying it. One of the biggest things somebody said to me, and thanks to everybody who came out this weekend, whether it was in St. Charles, Columbus, or last night in Farmington for the Slapstick Comedy Tours. That was a lot of fun. But just talking Lions with a lot of people and being at the stadium, everybody's in their seat before kickoff. That's new too. I mean, this is real. It's happening right in front of our eyes and playing out. And I think we're, as we're transitioning to understand, because it's something new, I think we're doing a good job. As a fan base, I think
I would agree.
We're doing a good job because it really is learned behavior.
Yeah, I mean, the only objections I would have about the way we've handled it as fans is maybe the Jameson Williams stuff, but that'll sort itself out. That'll end up sorting itself out. But other than that, man, it's been a very, very smooth ride.
Speaking of that, and just a couple things. Look at the questions that were asked about a couple of our rookie guys. The questions that were answered to me about Jahmyr Gibbs and about Jameson Williams. They're involved. They're in there. They're blocking. And yeah, you want JMO to catch everything, and he dropped another one and whatever like that. But he was involved in the game plan. A big block on the first, big block on Montgomery's touchdown. Gibbs, we see taking contact. These guys are engaged. So I think he'll be just fine.
D-Mac, let me ask you, because that was kind of my topic of discussion yesterday. We put a clip out on a YouTube short about it where I was talking about Jameson Williams. And Sam Flannel and I got in a heated discussion after the show yesterday.
Well, I can tell you right now he's wrong.
But I want to run this by you, D-Mac. high-priced, high-priced 12th overall pick, somebody that they went and, in exchange for draft capital to get in Jamison Williams, right? Big-time guy, Alabama, star guy, everything like that. He showed me more on Sunday with what a willing blocker he was than catching that little short pass and taking it to the house did. I know he can do that.
Absolutely.
I've seen that before.
Yep.
And I wanted to ask you, and hockey isn't always a great comp because it's you don't see it the same way in hockey with like high-priced rookies that come in.
But there's a comparison.
Okay, and I wanted to give me the best comparison you have.
Comparison is when your top guys are buying in, blocking shots, right? When you got a Steve Yzerman that's going down penalty kill in front of it, guy like where your star guys are going, what are you doing? That's not your role, but it's because they're bought in. It's that playoff mentality, and that's sort of the thing that we're looking for. Is what we're seeing is that playoff mentality, right, in the regular season. And you nailed it exactly. What did I want to see? I know he can run, I know he can catch, right, and I know that all this, but it's being involved. And what I saw from him is a guy that. They did a great job keeping him around, wanting him to be a part of something. You know what it's like when you're hurt or when you can't play, and you're around the team, but you're not part of the team. So he sitting out for the 4 weeks and getting a reprieve, being on the sideline. Yeah, last year injury with the ball. Your hunger and your football acumen to be a part with those guys and go in there is because you're being around. You want to show them. And you don't show them by your actions and by your stats and by, what you got on tape. You show them by going out there and committing to that. You'll see, hey, what did Ben Johnson say? No block, no rock? Mm-hmm. Was it apparent to Jamison Williams that that's the case in this team? That if you want to be a part of it, that you got to dig in and dial in? So to me, it's when you watch, maybe it's your star guy going in and finishing a hit, but like blocking shots. Blocking shots is hockey is a big one because that's really left to the guys. That's a want-to proposition. Want-to commitment, just like blocking in the NFL.
Yeah, like playing defense in basketball is a want-to. Rebounding is a want-to proposition.
Absolutely.
You either want to or you don't. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I'm salty. Nothing like a big old bowl of cream of wheat on a cold day. Bullshit. You're lying about that. You're not eating a big old bowl of cream of wheat ever.
You probably got your candy corn in it too, you savage.
Yeah. So also too, big shout out to Detroit City Distillery for sending the bottle of bourbon into the studio. I like this trend that's going on.
That's dope.
So we got the people over here at Varchaz that's over there in Troy that came through last week. Detroit City Distillery coming through this week. Thank you, guys.
You better give Rake a shout out.
Yes, I will. Rack is my guy. He absolutely knows that. Tammy Chin, I feel bad for Mosley. Herman Moore called it, said the legs weren't going to be strong enough and to take a hit. Real Cream of Wheat has chimed in. Neal, why do you got to hurt my feelings like that? Because you're trash. You're not a trash person. Like your actions aren't trash. Your product is trash, and no one likes it. Nobody's gonna buy it. Nobody's bought it since 1984. They haven't. That was it. Remember the cream of wheat days?
Those were good days.
Those were fun, man. Everybody was sending their pictures from the grocery store.
That's what it's all about.
And everything with it. DNC ENT, y'all gonna be tuned into Connor Bedard tonight? I am. But I'm at a crossroads with the Connor Bedard thing. Because, I want to see him play, but I already hate him because he's on Chicago. I hate him, and there's no retribution. There's nothing he can do.
You're going to hate watch.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of Aaron Rodgers.
I like this old guard, new guard. It's Sidney Crosby, 18th year? Stuff like that. This Connor Bedard. So, yeah, I'll probably dial in just because hockey's back, but I mean, it still doesn't. I'm so Lion-centric right now. It almost doesn't even feel like it's hockey season.
D-Mac's body is like a diesel engine.
That's why Charlie used to call me Diesel. That's it. Absolutely.
Just in the morning, cold in the driveway.
Absolutely. Takes a lot to heat it. Just make sure you warm it up. You can't. In the summertime, you could just get up, jump in and go.
Yep.
Right now, no way. We figured it out, under 50.
Okay, there you go. Well, DMAC there is no rough health today. Greatest steak I've ever cooked on my own at my own house came from Fairway Packing Company. The ribeyes are next level. That's the best thing I can do for you. That's the best thing I can tell you about Fairway Packing Company. Stop into the Grosse Pointe Woods, shop for grab-and-go steaks, or order online at fairwaypacking.com.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests, for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That is exactly what Mark White & Associates offers. It's called the Minute-by-Minute Listing Agreement by Mark White & Associates. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Been running here on a Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? Yes, it is Tuesday. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul and Darren McCarty, and Big Mike Gentry and Spencer Raxter as well. Real cream of wheat. I'm feeling a bit hurt. I'm feeling some hurt feelings. I'm going to report on Neal for calling me trash. Sorry.
It's fair.
It's a factual observation. Factual. DMAP Zoom, who will we RIP today? Stick around. Coming up towards the end of the first hour. Rest in peace Tuesday. So make sure you stick around for that. We'll be getting it in. And I did want to start with this because people in the text thread today on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel brought it up and said, this feels so good. This is so much fun. It's like Christmas morning every week having a good football team. And that was a great segue that what I wanted to talk about, because I'm perusing The Athletic yesterday. I'm a big Athletic guy, so I do like to read The Athletic from day to day. And I saw a story on there where they talked about, it said, and it was by the national people, that said the Lions are no longer just a cute, fun story. They're actually good. And it was like a hard stop on that. And it was just, it kind of dawned on me right there, DMAC, where when you look around at the perspective that the national media has on the Lions, and look, every year there was always one kind of cracked out writer that would say, hey, the Lions this year, they're my Super Bowl pick to get to the Super Bowl. And we would laugh at it. As Lions fans, we'd laugh at that guy and say, okay, go back to bed. You're up too early. You'll get a nap in. And, it's gotten to the point where now, not only just like the picking of the Lions and things like that, D-Mac, they're accepted. National media, they're accepted. Like, this is real now. I think that Carolina game, and I touched on this a little bit yesterday, that Carolina game, not because they played Carolina, not because they won, in the fashion in which they won, in the fashion in which they beat Atlanta, where they choked them out, in the fashion that they won at Lambeau. Now, look, we saw last night that everyone was a little early on old Jordan Love. He was a clown yesterday out there in that game. But still, it stands to reason, D-Mac, in the fashion that they've won these football games, there's no room for debate. They're here now.
And then you look at the stats are easy to back it up, but I think you nailed it, right? Where nationally the perspective and it follows along, right? What does Vegas know? What do we always say? From preseason odds to, the NFC and stuff like that. But it's legit. I mean, this is a team, because how are they doing it? They're not just relying on a deep ball, or they're not just relying on a guy running 200 yards or doing it that way. They're doing it all throughout the game. What they've done, and nationally is recognized, as we've recognized, is plug their biggest holes. And what is their biggest asset? That offensive line, right? What are you seeing right now, Neal? You called for
D-Mac.
it. The push.
It's 100.
And the push.
It's 150 yards on the ground, non-negotiable. I don't think they'll get. It's 150 yards on the ground every Sunday when they lace them up. Period. End of story.
You're doing things that other teams do with a bunch of different backs, even with your arguable number 2 back. Your highly touted first rounder, Jahmyr Gibbs, being out. What did Craig Reynolds do? Got in there sort of in, even if you want to consider games out of hand, mop-up time. They didn't stop running. He kept running, got his first rushing touchdown. You saw excited. See, they're always playing for something. You saw how excited, the first guy there, David Montgomery, we were saying, he's saying, stay in there, dude. You're dog. Do it, dog. And Corral was like, just let me catch my breath, bro. Let me catch my breath. You're going to get it, dog. And he was the first one, Montgomery, in the end zone. That's the culture stuff, the stuff guys playing for each other. Again, I related back, Neal, what it reminds me of is they know themselves, right? It's like it was in our locker room. We believed in each other in the Red Wing locker room back even before everybody else did. Now this feels more like this is a legit team. I mean, arguably, who are the better teams in the NFL? I mean, you go, right, you'd have to...
The Niners.
Well, for sure, right? Yeah. The Niners. But then with how Philly does it, you obviously say them, but I think you like your shot playing Philly with the team you have now versus anything you've had in the past against, arguably anybody else. Even the Kansas Cities and the Miamis and stuff like this. Now there's tough sledding ahead, but you got to like your spot. And the biggest thing, right? We're not sitting here being 4-1 where we haven't faced injuries and guys haven't had to step up. Every position guys have had to step up and will continue. That's the secret sauce here, Neal. Secret sauce is that depth. The depth and the way that guys are just getting it done.
And I think, D-Mac, like when you look at this and where the national media is at with this team, I think it does go back to what you said. You're onto it. This Lions offensive line. Look, you know what the Lions offensive line is? They're your dad back when you were 9 years old and it was Friday night and they're ordering pizza, but your dad's going to get green olives and green peppers on it. But guess what? You're eating it. He's going to feed it to you. You're eating it, or you don't
picking
eat.
Your own off,
or you're picking it off. But the bottom line is,
you're getting that piece with all that garbage on top.
They absolutely are. They're setting the pizza on the table. It's got green olives and green peppers on it, and you are eating it.
That sounds pretty good.
But not when you were 9.
No, dude, gross. Olives,
onions
green peppers
too.
Are fine.
Onions
is good on pizza.
Green olives, green peppers.
Good.
Spencer likes the worst pizza, just so you know.
Anchovies.
I don't like the worst
anchovies.
pizza. Mushrooms are the best pizza type.
Anchovies, all of it. And you are eating it.
I go mushroom anchovy.
They are feeding it to you. The Lions offensive line is feeding it to you.
He's feeding it.
Whether you want to eat it or not.
Listen, we love to eat it. This is our favorite. It's our favorite pizza. But everybody else, and you look at, like shout out to Game Ball, right? Taylor Decker, 100th win. And you see what he said after the game is and he's playing through a tough injury and a high ankle sprain, but having the best fun that he's had, even with all that tread on the tire, right? They're men amongst boys in there.
Real cream of wheat, anchovies are gross. You're gross. Real cream of wheat. How about that? You're gross in the morning, but it doesn't matter because you're eating it. Penei Sewell, Taylor Decker, everybody is serving it,
Frank.
And you are eating it.
Frank.
Whether you want to or not. Frank Ragnow, here, eat this piece of... I don't want it. No, you're eating it.
Jonah Jackson, Graham Glasgow.
It's a non-negotiable. You're eating it. And do you remember when we went like 5 years without a running back with a 100-yard game?
Yeah.
Even longer, but might have been even longer. Remember that? They get $130 every week now. And that's what's different. And that's what's changed. And national media see that. And That's why it's different. Hey, let me tell you something that's not different. Woodward Sports does Sundays, football Sundays, better than anybody. And it all starts with the Woodward and Main show. That's right. Our Lions Insider, Sunday mornings, 8 a.m., your first stop on your NFL Sunday, hosted by Gabby D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and, of course, the legend, Terry, bourbon legend as well, Terry Foster.
Terry did the funky chicken today on cam.
Did he really?
Yeah, it was a dance, I guess.
Back in the dizzle.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I have to see that.
Are you young kids? Do you know what Soul Train is?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
You old enough, Mikey, for Soul Train?
Yes.
Yeah, Terry, that's the first time I saw Terry pop that out, was back on Soul Train.
Yeah, but we're doing football better than anybody. That's the moral of the story here at Woodward Sports. The live streams, all of it. So that is something that is out there. But yeah, I'm salty, says our offensive line is punishing everyone, and I'm here for it. I am too. And there's nothing that people can do to stop it.
You know what, Neal, to that point, right, for the offensive line, the way but you know what? I think that low-key, it's the blocking of this team. Down the board, we started talking at the beginning of the segment about you're not negotiable what you saw with Jameson Williams from the wide receiver. You look at Brock Wright, you look at the tight ends, you look at everybody, the commitment to each other, right? I said this the other day, and this is what we're seeing, because to be a championship team, this is what you need. When the guy to the right of me and the left of me is more important to me than I am to myself, that's what you have here. That's what you're seeing. That's the message you're hearing out of Allen Park, and that's what you're seeing on the field, every Thursday or Sunday.
The Ski Mask Boy. Anybody want Zoom Nike skates? They're the ones Gretzky and Fedorov wore back in the day.
Are they white?
Yes, I do, Ski Mask Boy. Yes, I do.
Okay,
Send me a DM on social media. We'll get that figured out, man.
You know what? You got to go past. I mean, it's like a lie detector test, and you got to do so many tests just to be able to put those on. It's not even worth it. They don't just let people wear the white Nikes.
D-Mac, I got to have one of those.
God,
I got to get Sergey.
Well, you know what? You're on the track, preparing for that half marathon and stuff like that, so you might just cut it.
I know, Sunday, man.
And you know what? You do cut it because you're better off.
Self-proclaimed. Hey, ever want to go to a bar where you're a regular? I got the spot for you. It's Hamlin Pub. There's 7 locations around town. Whether you're enjoying half-off pizza on a Thursday or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games, or you have your fantasy hockey draft and you end up with Dylan Larkin and Alex DeBrincat, like somebody that you're looking at on your screen right now did. Hamlin Pub is the place. Visit a location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports. It's Hamlin Pub.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness.
You know it.
Now through October 13th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. You belong in the judgment-free zone. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 13th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Neal Rhul here for Academy of Warren. You guys know what it is. Kindergarten through 8th grade that features AM, PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, a learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and K through 8 athletics. Pretty much everything that's important to you as a parent with a child in school, right? And the athletics take place in a brand new sports dome field house with a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field that can be used for 7-on-7 football as well. Go to academyofwarren.net. Still time to enroll. academyofwarren.net. Keeping it pushing. Big D Energy. Woodward Sports Network. Neal Rhul, Darren McCarty, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter. All of you in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Smash that like button if you get a chance. And subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. Give it that 5-star if you would be so kind.
5-star.
5-star. How many stars?
5 stars.
5 stars, absolutely. woodwardsports.com chat thread. Somebody asked and I lost it just there, so my apologies. Neal, are the Lions minus 300 to win the division now? And Dirty Burrito responded minus 350.
Damn.
See that, BMG?
You said it. You said minus 300 yesterday. Even got more juice.
And then they lost, so minus 350. It's over, guys. It's over.
You called it last week when it's over, and then they just picked up another game, right?
Yeah, it's over
on everybody.
No, and that's, and I know this is like a great spin-off topic. There's always going to be a couple. Oh, Neal, just let it play out. Guys, I've been saying this. Get comfortable with this. We are hosting a playoff game and winning a division title. It's happening. It's happening in front of your eyes right now. Our division is trash with trash quarterbacks, except for Justin Fields, and trash teams. That's what it is. And it's over. Can we chat poll that? Are you mentally prepared to accept the fact the Lions are hosting a playoff game?
Wow.
Right now, right here, right now, are you mentally prepared to accept that fact? Because it's happening. This division is over. The Lions are hosting a playoff game, and they're getting a banner.
Yeah, because what did we just come off talking about last segment?
Lions
about
fan.
how real this is, right? And that's what happens with real teams. I mean, arguably, you're one of the 5 best teams in this league right now. No question, right? So there you go. So now you just got to go out and do it. And I think that they understand where they're at, but you know what? They don't. See, here's the difference from before, whether it's hope. It's not hope in that building. You see, this is what they're planning and preparing for. So they're, like I said before, Neal, as far as believing in themselves, this is where they're going. So we might as well jump on board and go with them.
It's happening.
They're just like SOL, like I mentioned, right? Where it comes up and it's like it's PTSD. We all have it. But you know who doesn't have it? The guys on the field. So they're going to the promised land. They know that they have this opportunity, right? They've presented themselves with the opportunity that we talked about, right? Because the expectations, if we're sitting here, right, for a lot of us, if you were as good as you told me you were, you would be 4-1 at this point.
Right.
Okay. Now keep it going. Because here's the thing too. You've had injuries and you've overcome injuries. Now, it's come at the right time where they've been home games, and I know it's against Atlanta and Carolina, but it's doing what you're supposed to do and acting like a real professional football team. So they're doing everything. And the conclusion in that is exactly that. Winning the division, hosting a playoff game, winning that playoff game.
But it's done. It's over. It's done. Get ready, everybody. Like, clear that weekend. Clear that weekend. Because we got tailgates to go to that day. Those tickets. Those tickets for that Lions playoff game. Because think about it. Who's going to sell them? Other than like your typical ticket brokers, there's nobody selling those tickets. Nobody. I bet you a get-in price will be $500 to $600 to sit at the top of Ford Field. And guess what?
To those Swifty numbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And guess what? I would pay it. I would pay it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would pay it.
Well, yeah.
I never pay for tickets, and I would pay for that.
That's bucket list. But we've never been in this position except 30 years ago.
And I knew you people were going to jump in with this, Kalamazoo. Everything Neal just said, replace the team name with Michigan. We are getting a banner. You think the Chiefs are going to hang up their division title banner? No. That's the difference. You think Georgia's going to hang up their SEC title banner? No, they're not. It's a different sport entirely. Different sport entirely. But yeah, we got to get comfortable with that because it's going down for real. Danny G, no Brandon Katz has been incredible.
Oh, I wonder why it was so
where has he been?
But it's so peaceful. I mean, right?
He's probably 0 for football season, so now he can't show his face. But remember, everybody,
I'm a lawyer.
He is a lawyer.
Trained as one. He's trained as one, no doubt. Elgato, I'll have to sell a kidney to get tickets. Well, you get 2 of them. They give you 2 kidneys when they put you together, so you got one to
I
spare.
gotta start paying student loans again, man. I got that letter. Shit hurts. Just another bill added to the spending collection.
Throw it on the fire, man. Throw it on the fire.
It's only like $200 a month though, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Keep banging out the bets on the weekends, bro. Just follow Booner, baby.
Yeah.
That's the most fun too. Is watching small story if you haven't watched this, and this is one of my favorite sweat bets, right? So Booner had this live bet, and I forget all it was, but in one of his parlays at the end of that game was Jerry Jacobs, 3.5 tackles, and he had 3, right? They take the delay of game. We got the whole people in here screaming, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. They dump it out to the one side. Who jumps up? There's Jerry with the half tackle, and Booner hits another one of his, and it was like a plus 800 parlay or something like that. That, to me, that's what it's all about. And that's what it's different, too. When your Lions parlays are playing off, I mean, look at what everybody was saying on Sunday with everybody out, right? The Laporta's touchdowns and overs and this and that. You know what also, too, Neal? You know what? One of the things in the NFL, which is pretty much a guarantee, right? You know what's as much of a guarantee as that Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown? Is David Montgomery on the ground is going to get in at least once.
Over 10. Plus 430. We were first on the scene.
Yeah, because we all agree that this guy could, and it's all on his health, but he's 15 plus.
BMG, did you go deep in the streets on that one?
What?
On the David Montgomery, plus 430, 10 plus?
I didn't go too deep, but,
And here's the
plus
thing.
430, man. You can't beat it. And he's already halfway there through 4 games.
And can I put this one to rest, the Jamal Williams, David Montgomery? Because what's the one thing David Montgomery does, not only with running, falling forward, this and that, right? He gets in the end zone from outside the 5. You know what I'm saying? He's a threat, right, from outside, from running everywhere. It goes back to that offensive line. So, pleasure to watch, and I hope you got in at that over 10 touchdowns early.
Let him cook.
Let him cook, everybody. Speaking of cooking, the Detroit Lions postgame show is cooking with our guy Tom Mazaway and our guy Stick. After every Lions game, Maz out there popping the collar. Weekly special guests as well. Go to the Woodward Sports YouTube page directly at the end of the Lions game. They pop up on your screen, and away we go. Tremendous viewership on the Lions post-game shows. We're doing football better than anyone. Yes, even those name brand networks that you guys thought, who can do a better job than them? We do every single weekend. That's not fact. That's opinion. Check it all out on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel and the Lions post-game show. WoodwardSports.com, chat thread, Go Blue 7. To hell with slowing down. This ain't the 2011 Lions. It's a wrap. I agree with Neal. Guys, this is happening. This is happening. The Lions are the division champs.
And listen, your team and your division is head and shoulders better than the other 3 teams. Do you not agree, Neal?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, are you even worried about that? No. This is like something in the rearview mirror.
Somebody earlier said in the chat, you realize the Bears and the Vikings play each other this week, right? So one of them's 1-5. You see, that's the thing. This is like the opposite of. Remember when the Tigers, the wild card talk and the division talk? Remember that? Remember when we had those discussions?
Is this the old? All they got to do is go 600.
Yeah. Even worse than that.
Nobody goes 600.
Yeah. Even worse than that. It's just when you play each other all the time, somebody loses. So, and somebody wins. Like, that's it. Like, you just start working backwards on it. It's over. Get comfortable with. See, I'm trying to say this with my chest, BMG, and let the people know. This is one you can call this. It's okay. I gave you the roadmap. We stopped at every rest stop along the way and said, guys, this is what it is. Then we went down the highway. Guys, you sure you don't got to go to the bathroom? We're stopping right here. This is where we are right now. Now, it's on.
And you know what it is for the first time, Neal? Everybody listened in the car. Everybody went to the bathroom. There's nobody asking how long till we get there. Nobody's saying I got to go to the bathroom and stop. We're back on the road, and everybody's got their headphones on in the back, watching their movies or listening, and it's just everybody's on the same page in that car. That's exactly what's going on now in Park.
Let's go Red Wings Sparty. All Javi has to do is get his OPS over 600. He can't do that.
Hey, don't say can't.
He can't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, Jonesy, 51-82. See, now the people are getting it. Look at how Jonesy's working backwards. The Lions have 4 wins. The Packers, Vikings, and Bears all have 4 wins combined. Over.
And Peaceful Tim nailed it, right? All he said was D-Mac and my clock. That clock is gone. This is playoffs, so absolutely on point, apropos, where we thought. This is where we broke them down. Where
my
they be.
clock into your mouth.
Absolutely.
We can ride off on this one. Mike M. Woodward Sports is awesome. You're awesome, Mike
You're
M.
awesome,
We
Mike.
appreciate you. We appreciate you tapping in. Premier Pet is awesome as well.
That is awesome, and it's the best place to go if you want to take care of your pet. And I love my girl Holly, so I'm definitely going to go to Premier Pet. When it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations. Over 60 brands of food. Lowest prices and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the absolute best. Only at Premier Pet Supply.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the whip of the first playoff win, like Neal was telling you. In 31 years, it's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. They are so smooth. Trust me. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Code word Woodward. Glorious. That's www.gloriouscana.com.
Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul and Darren McCarty and Mike Gentry and Spencer Raxter. Hit that like button if you would be so kind to do that and subscribe to the Woodward Sports Big D Energy podcast page. iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you consume your podcast. You can rewind, fast forward, do whatever you want to do. And jump into the woodwardsports.com chat thread like Real Pete Smith, who says, we need a BMG t-shirt. And I was just kicking this around. We do need a BMG t-shirt with big letters that say BMG, big with a tiny little picture of you.
Yep. Bring it home.
Bring them home.
Bring them home.
Bring
Get it
those
up there.
T-shirts home.
Yeah, big seller. Big seller in the Woodward Sports.
It is the opening day of the NHL season. We will talk about the Red Wings and the NHL in the second hour and get caught up on that. Also,
hey, Neal, let me read this.
Yes.
The away fan said, Neal, you're awesome. I came for DMAC, but you helped me become a mainstay at Woodward Sports Network. Thank you truly. From the treasure of Oak Island to Grandpa Joe and a few sports in between. Much love, man. Yes, Oak Island's back, baby. November 7th in Lagunas. Let's go. We're getting gold this year.
I know. This is the year.
Yeah, this is it. You know it is.
I feel it in my bones.
In the preview, they had their glasses on, and there was a shine of gold coming out of it.
Oh.
You know it's true.
Oh, I know.
You know.
I know.
This year.
Oh, DMAC, I can't wait.
Thank you.
I guarantee they're going to find gold this year.
Yeah,
this
see?
year.
Neal's on
This
board.
is the year.
They're going to find gold just like the Lions are going to find gold.
This is the year.
That show.
Oh, don't you start
Can you believe it,
Don't
BMG?
you start.
I told Darren.
You want to jump in on this?
I told him. I told Darren a while back. My
Remember
brothers
what
watch
Saturday?
it. Show's brutal.
Remember what Saturday? It's that red carpet you want to walk down, right?
Yeah.
Be nice till next week.
DMAX +1 for the red carpet. See you Saturday.
There it is.
Real cream of wheat. This year, it's different. It is different this year.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, cream of wheat, you're not all that bad. You know it.
Andrew Schmidt, is them finding gold a get right? No, it's not.
Oh my gosh.
Lay the minus 50.
2,000.
Yeah, lay the minus 50,000 that
dude,
they will
they're
not
too
find
close.
gold.
They're too close. It's the year. Well, stay tuned. Don't worry. Got a few weeks.
I know. This is it, DMAC. The moment you've been waiting for.
That's just like the Lions. Why wasn't it apropos? I get my gold, get my Lions gold at the same time. It's all
Chase
good.
Ingles in the Woodward Sports.
Dude,
Show.
what the
BMG
fuck?
sneezes like a girl.
Yeah, of course.
No,
Well,
it sneezes
you know
like
that.
a bitch.
Like a
Oh
girl.
my God, Jace, what the fuck, man?
Well, dude, it's true.
Why you get mad at him? You
Yeah,
sneeze
It's
like
just,
that.
just the random dude. It was one sneeze. I haven't.
It wasn't even a sneeze. You can't even.
All right, whatever. It was a half a sneeze. But Jace, the random strays, man. Come on, I didn't need that.
Remember that, BMG, when you went, choo?
Yeah, I do. I do. How could I forget? How
Sneeze
could I
like a
forget?
man, dude. Sneeze from your chest.
My dad sneezes, shake the house.
I bet he's got a. I bet Danny's got a bark on the
It
end
is
of it.
powerful.
Yeah.
They're powerful sneezes.
It's because you know what it is. The old school inhale. It's they get it all in there.
And I bet like that old weathered scotch he drinks. I bet it rattles on the shelf when he does it.
Oh yeah.
I bet it does.
Yeah. So Mike,
Damn
maybe
you,
sneeze
Jace.
like a
Damn
sneeze
you.
like Danny. Maybe Mr. Rockster can teach you how to sneeze.
John effing Lord. Did I hear a mouse in the sound booth when he sneezed? Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody. I remember. I was embarrassed. People were embarrassed.
Embarrassed for you
They were embarrassed about your sneeze.
about your sneeze, bro.
Fuck.
They were
Sorry, guys.
personally embarrassed
I'm
because
sorry.
of your
Took it.
sneeze.
I'm sorry. I will be better. I will
people's
work on
days.
it. I'm gonna go home, look in the mirror, sneeze a few times. I get a practice once, and I'll be better. I'll be better. I swear. Coming back, different man, changed
It
man.
could be like a right into your arm, you know.
Motown Cool. Neil, it's time to think about what the playoff bottle pop is going to be. Weller Antique, Colonel Taylor Small Batch. I do have a fresh Colonel Taylor bottle at home. It is my favorite bourbon in the game.
In the game?
In the game, yes.
Wow.
The Old Forester single barrel proof is pretty good too. It would depend on the day.
So would you like, and in all seriousness, and this goes to everybody, right? We were thinking about your celebratory. We're talking about
Yes.
celebratory, no matter what it is. You're gonna pop a top for the playoff,
It would
for
be-
the home game. But are
Yeah.
you are you saving something in case? Like, let me give this example. When I was 14 years old, right, my dad bought a bottle of Dom Perignon. And put it in the thing when I went away to play junior, and he's put it in the cupboard, and he said, "If you ever get drafted, we'll pop this."
That's badass.
That's
That is
badass.
cool.
So that was my first Dom Perignon with my folks and family and stuff like that. After doing that, I was just wondering: is there a special drink or something that people are saving, for that Super Bowl, or are we? Do people maybe the thing is?
D-Mac.
Can you crack it out? Can you crack it out for the first playoff win? Because
D-Mac, it's bigger than that even. It's bigger than that.
Wow.
It is like It's funny. You're making me think about it right now. And this is totally off script right now. Like you're.
But I think everybody. I think we can all relate to it, right?
Today's an Epiphany Tuesday. Like the division win is happening. The home playoff game's happening.
Epiphany Tuesday.
Does it?
Epiphany Tuesday. Wow.
But it doesn't cost you $50 at Tiffany's. Absolutely not.
True.
But
Epiphany.
D-Mac, I think
50 at Tiffany.
I think the emotion will be the drug. You know what I'm saying? Will be the alcohol. Will be
1,000,000%.
That's going to be enough. Like the emotion's going to be enough. Damn, man! Like
think about that, right?
Because oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps, man.
And it's about being present, right?
Yeah,
it's about being present. I just wonder if people have thought about this. You know, I've thought about, you know, what it's like. We were talking about, you know, the tickets are going to be, you know, you say 500-600. I see people saying it's going to be 1,000 or more. You know, I see people in the chat thread saying, "Hey, I'm selling a couple games of my season tickets to afford my playoff tickets."
Yeah.
Fucking veteran move right there.
Yeah, hell yeah, savvy.
But I think that the epiphany is the reality of it. So whether you're going to be there, how you're going to watch, how you're going to, is it? I guess the question maybe to Spenny, right? Spenny, you're the drinker and stuff also too. Will you change because it's playoffs? Or will you change because the stakes are different on how you prepare?
I won't.
Keeping the mojo.
Keeping the same mojo?
Yep.
But will there be something, do you think that if you ever get to the promised land, or because this year, right, home playoff win that playoff game. That's, to me, that's a stepping stone for a celebration. So would there be a drink to that as opposed to a different one for a Super Bowl win when we got there?
I'm just trying to think about it because
we got time.
We do have time.
This is why we bring it up now here on Big D Energy.
Because I would pay I'll pay any price to be in that building. Out of my own pocket, no connections, none of that stuff, D-Mac. I will pay any price to be inside that building for the ultimate stakes. For the ultimate stake. You talk about oh my God, dude! Like I'm seriously getting goosebumps thinking about it right now. You walk into that building that day because this division's over, everybody. So start mentally preparing yourself. You talk about the ultimate all or nothing, chips in the all your emotional chips into the middle of the table, pre-flop. You're going all in. D-Mac.
You're all in.
Oh my God, I'm getting emotionally drained thinking about it.
This is the biggest slow roll flop turn river in the history of the world.
Austin in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Does Tampa Bay scare you coming off the bye? I can't say they're a bad team, and that extra week of prep has me a little worried. No, we're a team of destiny.
It doesn't scare me, but you know they play. You can't, and I don't think we'll take them for granted and stuff like that. But it's a different beast going down there on the road, playing them. I think, do we have a better team? Yes, especially offensively. But, you know, what is Tampa known for? It's their defense. So I like our spot in that. You know, you can never, you know, Mike Evans is Mike Evans. But I think when you want to play him and up for the task, probably think we're going to get a few guys back. Neal? Do you think Amon-Ra or Branch?
Yeah, that's the talk. They say Mike Evans will be back. They're expecting Mike Evans back. So, and we had we were going to take a look at Tampa Bay, but I like this segment better. Like this is real. This is organic. This is like just thinking about it.
You have time tomorrow and Thursday to talk about them. But and here's the thing, right? We don't need to focus on other teams because it's all about what we go out and do and dictate. That's the mentality we had as Red Wings. Matter what.
I don't know about Tampa, but what I do know is in the box score after the game's over, under the rushing column, it'll say 140 yards. I know that. That's a non-negotiable. That happens. Whether you want it to or not, that happens. So that's what I'll keep going back to. But the people in here, all this talk, this comes from Jonesy, all this talk about playoff win has me bricked up. I'm at work, bro. Not cool, LOL. Stay away from HR. Stay away from HR. Lorena Rios, Neal has a tingle up his leg. Little bit, just because I'm thinking about it. Because the reality's setting in.
This ain't smoke and mirrors. This is reality of putting it over and over and over and over and over again. Who'd have ever thought you're missing Amon-Ra St. Brown and you can go out and put 42 up? Come on, man.
Peaceful Tim says, Neal, you deserve tickets front and center. You've been there through the darkest days with us. You know what, Peaceful Tim? No. This will be the one. I'm sitting up where my season tickets were that I bought after they went 0-16. I'm going to be back. I'm making my triumphant return to section 346.
That's fair.
Row 18. I'm making my triumphant return. I'm going to be back up at the top.
With the peeps.
With the people.
I like it.
With us. We're doing it. We're doing it together. This is happening.
When will the first home playoff weekend be?
It will be it'll be the wild card weekend, which is let's see.
Unless they get a first round bye.
I'm not prepared to do that.
No. Let's say, hey, Spenny, like where your head's at. You know, you've been listening to Lindsay. Lindsay, you know, using that San Fran mentality. If you're gonna go for it, you might as well go all in for it. But
all right, the January 13th, 14th, and 15th. So January 13th, the Saturday, there's a 4:30 game and there's an 8:15 game. On Sunday, there's a 1 o'clock game, a 4:30 game, and a Sunday night game. And then there's a Monday night playoff game as well.
Right now, which one, you have a home game, which one would you want?
I would want the Saturday night one.
Saturday, 8:15.
I want the.
Could you imagine? Spenny! I have to pull out the old school wheelchair for that one. Get
awesome.
you in. We needing that stuff.
Oh, for sure.
So that would be.
Can you imagine people like
13th.
Spencer Raxter, Saturday night, 8:15, the state that he'll be in.
starting at 8
a.m.
Yeah.
I've done that before for a Monday night game.
Oh yeah.
We've had to pay for parking in a lot twice one time.
You can't drink all day unless you start in the morning.
That's 100%.
Fair enough.
No, that's true.
I'm salty. Saturday, 8:15. I'll take the whole next week off work. Could you imagine it? Could you imagine it?
That'd be so
Saturday
awesome.
night, 8:15,
but
Ford Field.
Neal, the reality being hosting the home game with, you see the bell of the ball that, you know, Detroit is. They already got, you know, the game next week flexed to afternoon and stuff like that. They're going to flex them all over the schedule, right? Mm-hmm. That's the prime time one, and that, why wouldn't it be? That's the one that should be right now odds-on favorite, even though it's the one that we want. That makes the most sense, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Dale says, looking too far ahead, guys. Dale, minus 350 to win the division. It's over. The division's over. You know what that means? That means the Lions win it. You know what that means? It means they host a playoff game. This is fucking real.
Guys, we can look ahead. They're not looking ahead. And that's why we can do this.
Yes. And you can look ahead to Woodward Nights. That's right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Booner and Broder tonight and every night. 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, Monday through Friday. It is Woodward Sports. Two of the new up-and-coming sports personalities, Booner and Broder, get in to Woodward Nights. And Dale, I'm telling you, man, get comfortable with it because it's over. This is happening. Oh, my God. I need a video from Spenmo 8:15 Saturday night of that playoff weekend.
We'll probably have updates, every few hour updates as we're going on. We'll have the Spenny drink tally, ticker, stuff like that.
Just keep a camera on them all night.
I'm just telling you guys, I'll be a little extra that Saturday night.
Oh.
A little extra.
You'll be allowed.
And I'll have to work out at Planet Fitness for a week straight after that. But that's cool because I'm a Black Card member. It's just $24.99 a month. I get access to all the Planet Fitnesses in the world because I'm a baller and a Black Card member for the big price of $24.99 a month. Some of you are paying $80, $90, $100 for a gym membership. Why? I guarantee there's not 2,400 of them in the world, and you can go to any one you want. I guarantee you that's not the case. Planet Fitness is the case, everybody. Tons of cardio equipment, so if some idiot's training for a half marathon and he's on a treadmill for 2.5 hours, that's fine. You can do that because there's tons of them there. Tons of weight equipment, 30-minute circuits. Like Tupac said, how do you want it? That's the way you can do it at Planet Fitness. Go to planetfitness.com, join there, pull in the parking lot. You'll pass a couple on the way home. There's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit alone. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Let's talk about Outdoor Equip Co., official equipment provider of Woodward Sports, Michigan-grown, family-owned, bad boy motors, tractor, steel, handhelds, and even weed whippers, right, Spenny? Liberty Trailers, Generac generators, snow axe plows, and salters. Outdoor Equip Company has it all. Buy it, rent it, 0% financing, delivered to your doorstep. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Tell them Big D Energy we sent you.
It's time. It's time to put some people in their coffin. It is time. It is a Rest in Peace Tuesday. Going back to back Rest in Peace. We got two of them. For those of you that are new to the show, every Tuesday we do this. We put one football team, be it college or pro, one football player, one football organization. It's up to you. We put them in the coffin and we close it for the season. It is time for some people to rest in peace. Mr. Darren McCarty, I will let you have the tea. Who are you putting in the coffin?
I'm going to get a little bit granular here, Spenny. I had mentioned it on the live stream the other day as we were watching the fall from grace or the continuation or the reality of what's going on in New England. Right, we're talking about, I'd shout out to our boy Stingray Steve, Chad's brother, so I can see his bald head from here, who's the biggest Patriots fan. This morning when I walked in and said to him, bro, what's going on? He gave me this one, Spenny. But it's not Bill, and it's not even Mac Jones. You know what it is? And this goes back to why it's so imperative of why you are at the top and why we're talking here, Detroit Lions, strength of your team, the offensive line. You have one here that's protecting Jared Goff and playing well. What you have, New England, I am putting in the urn, in the body bag, is that whole offensive line that can't protect, can't even give Mac Jones. I thought it was him, right? He is absolutely hung out to dry. So I'm going to go the whole offensive line, whatever they need to do. I heard it out of Bill Belichick's mouth. We got to start over from scratch. What that means, who doesn't know, but I'm not burying Mac Jones. I throw quarterbacks in the body bag real easily. I'm not even throwing Belichick. He's earned that. The offensive line, which tells you here in Detroit why you're so grateful of what you have. In the NFL, if you do not have an offensive line, you have nothing. Good day, New England Patriots offensive line. In the urn, you're gone.
Man, there are buzzards flying around the New England Patriots carcass right now. BMG did it last week with Bill Belichick. D-Max breaking a piece off and flying away with it and chewing on the meat with the offensive line. Like it is. Oh my gosh. They are roadkill right now. They are roadkill.
Listen, what we're seeing in New England is, you sell your soul to the devil, you got to pay at some point. I mean, It is as bad as it gets. So, and they, what is it? Sarnecki was their offensive line, losing the coaches, offensive line coaches stuff. Obviously. obviously, what is Matt Patricia coaching the offensive line now?
It is grim. Spenny, who you putting in the casket?
All right, so for my RIP, my first RIP on RIP Tuesday, it is for the Green Bay Packers fans for thinking Jordan Love is next. For thinking Jordan Love is this guy. Oh, he is the next Brett Favre. He is the next Aaron Rodgers.
He looks just like him.
He's so good. Look at his mannerisms, how he plays. Jordan Love sucks. RIP to the Green Bay Packers fans for thinking you had another quarterback, because you don't. Jordan Love is trash. So RIP to you cheeseheads.
Man.
I think Jordan Love's caught 2 so far, too, already.
Absolutely. And guess, I had him as a potential candidate. But I'll move on to a different one after that. BMG.
You don't gotta waste bullets on him.
No, I don't. I can go kill somebody else. BMG. Who are you putting in the casket?
We got a special RIP for our boy Rain and the Cowboys. It is over. The Cowboys, they preach every year how it's going to be different. It's the same old Cowboys. Dak, he's already got 4 picks. He said he was going to go under 11 or something like that. He wasn't going to throw 11 picks.
This month.
Yeah, it's not looking so good. Rest in peace, Rain Dakota Prescott.
Hey, you got to get the name right on the death certificate.
All right. Rest in peace,
Prescott.
Rain Prescott.
When he throws all these interceptions, he becomes Rain. Rain
fair.
Prescott.
In the cold Dakota rain.
Did you see the look on his face Sunday night? He looked like he had been run over by a train.
Mm-hmm.
By a train. Then you got Micah Parsons popping off about the 49ers and you know, laugh now, cry later. He's telling them and stuff. Okay, Micah Parsons. Remember, Micah Parsons, your quarterback is Rain Prescott. Who's ever going to win in this league with a quarterback named Rain? Nobody. Sorry about it, Micah Parsons.
Are you going to have a talk with Flannel tomorrow about Micah Parsons?
We may have a chat tomorrow.
But hey, you know what I like to see though, right? And we talked about it when we played it, and we were talking about Penei Sewell neutralizing like Parsons being one of the. You saw San Fran, right? Game plan to take him out of that game, and he looked as. He didn't look like Micah Parsons. That's good to get that on tape in case for when we have to play him.
No, absolutely. All right, my turn, and this hurts me to do this. And I feel like, because I've talked about this one in the past, and it really, really hurts me because I am a big fan. But what Mario Cristobal and the Miami Hurricanes did on Saturday.
This is a good one.
Running, they have the ball.
So you have to break it down.
They have the ball under 2 minutes. Georgia Tech, no timeouts left. They have the ball.
What's the score?
They're up. What were they up?
3.
3, I think?
I think so, yeah.
3 or 4. They were up a score.
Yeah, it was 3.
They were up 3. Okay. They have the ball under 2 minutes. Georgia Tech has no timeouts. What's the universal play? What's the play that we love running, that we never have gotten to see? Victory formation. Universal. But they don't do that. No. They do a running play. Running back fumbles the ball. Georgia Tech goes 75 yards down the field, scores a touchdown, and beats the Miami Hurricanes. Mario Cristobal, I'm sorry. It's over for you. You go in the coffin. Rest in peace, Mario Cristobal. And I hate to do that. I hate to do that because look, college football's better when the Miami Hurricanes are good. They are. That you can't debate that. However, they're never going to be good. Never. They got the coach of their dreams. They got their Jim Harbaugh, and it's not working because they run the football under 2 minutes to go. The opponent has no. What are you doing? What are you doing? The U is dead. They've been dead, but you can officially put them in the coffin and close the casket and put the dirt back on top because they're never coming back.
I had to go.
They're never coming back.
I had to go back and watch this, right? Because I didn't believe it. How I saw it was there's a meme out there or a tweet of, I think it's the offensive lineman or maybe one of their defensive linemen for Miami sitting on the bench, and he looks up and he goes, what the fuck are we doing? And he's in tears, right? He's in tears and put it all on the line. But I mean, those are just things that can happen. Can they?
No.
But it happens in college, it happens in Miami, so does it get swept under the rug? Probably. But I mean, that's just like.
Well, Miami's got nowhere to go, right?
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
Who's out there for them? There's nowhere to go. It's over. It's over for Miami. And it's never coming back, and it's sad because they were the greatest college football dynasty of my lifetime, the greatest college football dynasty I'd ever seen.
What about Bama?
But the depth of the run,
That's fair.
the talent of the run, 14 years with a first round NFL draft pick. We talk about it. The running backfields that they had. All of it. And Alabama had the same thing. I understand that. And they survived coach to coach to coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was incredible. They were a pioneering dynasty, as Dan Levitard called them in the past. And it's sad. Wyatt Bear said Nebraska was the greatest dynasty I've seen. Who beat the piss out of them, though? The U did.
Yeah.
The U did. So, it's unforgivable. Absolutely unforgivable. Like, if you don't shop your insurance with Swiss, that's unforgivable.
Absolutely, because we all have football on the brain. This college and professional season has been awesome so far. And fall's also a perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today, SwissINS.com, or call Mark 248-800-4177.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Guys want the best Detroit sports wearables? Very easy to do. woodwardsports.com/shop. If you don't have a Stoke Not Scared t-shirt by now, what are you doing with your life? I have to ask the question. What kind of person are you? Do some introspection and think about that for a minute if you don't have a Stoke Not Scared t-shirt. All the sports represented, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, all of it. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well for the golfers out there. Go to woodwardsports.com/shop. The flyest in Detroit sports wearables. That's right, so nice. We do it twice. A second Rest in Peace segment. We'll go around the room one more time. Dump yours too in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. And D-Mac, we'll go back to you. We'll run it back. Well, who else you putting in the...
Listen, we're digging a lot of plots.
Yes,
in the
we are.
cemetery, right? And somebody needs to walk around and just, check it out again. So I am not going to throw somebody new. I'm going to go over to an old grave and throw more dirt on it because it's going deeper and deeper. And you know what? I did it again. I told you the old head heart pick, and we both got caught on it, and we both bet Denver, and I know you even put the get right on it to lose, but I was going in there that it was like they had to win that with what everything was said against the Jets, and Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator, Sean Payton had come out and said worst coaching job ever by a head coach, and paraphrasing stuff like this. Sean Payton, Russ, the Denver, there's no more dysfunction in the NFL than in Denver. And I'm here for it. So Sean Payton, I'm coming around. Hey, I just put some flowers on your grave, dumped a little bit more dirt because of the weather. Sean, I just went around. Okay, I had to go drop more dirt on my Sean Payton.
No, and D-Mac, it's cool, and you weren't here yesterday. I called an emergency rest in peace segment where this is different. That's why you're still Hunts, because what I did, I rest in peace Sean Payton as a Super Bowl winning coach.
You took it away.
I took it away from him.
Wow.
He just happened to be coaching a team that won the Super Bowl. He is not a Super Bowl winning coach. They won despite him. Absolutely despite him. He won because of Drew Brees. How do I know? Well, he's got Russ. He's got a 5-year, $242 million quarterback, and his defense is getting 70 hung on him, and then 30 by Zach Wilson and the Jets. So which is it?
Say that again. Because
the defense got 70 hung on him, and 31 by Zach Wilson and the Jets.
Hey, somebody look. How many points have the Denver Broncos given up through
a gajillion
5 games this year?
A gajillion.
You looked that up, somebody?
A gajillion.
A lot.
All right, who's that?
Absolute gajillion. Spemo, round 2.
All right, round 2. And I'm like, D-Mac, I'm coming back for seconds. I am RIPing the rest of the NFC North.
I like it.
Whoever is in the NFC North, not named the Lions, RIP. The Bears, you're the Bears. RIP.
The Bears. Bye.
The Green Bay Packers, we already went over this. Jordan Love sucks. He is not him. RIP. And the Vikings are now without Justin Jefferson for at least 4 weeks. They will not recover from that. RIP to the rest of the NFC North, not named the Detroit Lions.
See, Spenny knows. Spenny knows. He's on board.
181.
Wow.
181 points through 5 games. Neal. You're giving up 36 points a game, average.
Yeah.
God, sorry,
but don't worry.
Spenny.
Don't worry. He's going to fix Denver. He's going to come in there and he's going to fix it all. They're bums. He's a bum.
Make sure you
They're bums.
make sure you ask Flannel about that tomorrow.
I will.
That's
BMG,
his Scott Frost.
BMG, who are you putting in the casket?
All right, so I'm kind of touching on Spencer's a little bit because we had the same one, but I'm going to do a special rest in peace to the Minnesota Vikings. You lose Justin Jefferson. You're going into Chicago this week. Not saying that that's too tough of a game, but you're probably taking an L with no Justin Jefferson. And then you got the 49ers after that. So rest in peace to all Justin Jefferson fantasy owners and just the Vikings in general. They are cooked.
Yes, they are. And I love it. They are done. Absolutely done. What are they going to do with Kirk Cousins? What are they going to do at quarterback?
Trade him. Get him out.
Who are they going to play? Who's going to play quarterback?
Listen, Minnesota's best option is the tank.
Yeah, I had to send that.
I was looking forward to making someone rest in peace yesterday when we were talking about.
Was that you, Flannel?
Oh yeah, that was a Jameson Williams discussion.
Oh jeez. I guess there's a reason I wasn't here. To that point, Minnesota's best bet right now is the tank out of anybody, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
May as well. They need a quarterback.
Because what's the only thing that would actually put them back on the map after this season? Right? They need a new quarterback. Kirk Cousins ain't the answer.
They got some lean times coming ahead of them, man.
But
don't worry, they'll have T.J. Hawkinson for $18 million a year, whatever crazy gorilla math number they signed him to. So don't worry, they'll be okay, I guess. But
who you got?
Yeah. So last round here of this week's Rest in Peace. I went back to the college again. Rest in peace to Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M. How many times they got to get 105,000 people in their stadium and get everybody all lathered up because Alabama's coming to town? When is Jimbo Fisher ever going to win a game? He's not, because guess what's going to happen to Jimbo Fisher? They don't care that it's a $70 million buyout or whatever it's going to be. This isn't why they're paying him all that money. Texas A&M's another one. Tell me a big win they've ever had. Tell me one. You can't.
They beat Alabama with Johnny Manziel. That was a big win.
A decade ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. But see, that's my point about it, though. Because Jimbo Fisher was brought there and paid all that money to get in that mix, to be Alabama, to be in the SEC and do things, and they do nothing. Every year I hear about it with them. They are the Penn State of the SEC. That's what Texas A&M is. And he is the James Franklin. Holy shit. Like, now they are each other.
Spider-Man meme?
They are.
Yeah.
Penn State is Texas A&M. Texas A&M is Penn State. They're always in the top 10 to start November, and then they always get cooked. And then you never hear about them again. It's over. It's over for them. It's over for Jimbo Fisher. Now, they got the juice to where they can just stroke the pen to $70 million and get Jimbo Fisher out of the way. They can go do whatever they want financially, but it's not working with Jimbo Fisher. They're done. Hoof-hearted, Caleb Williams makes more money in college. If the wrong team is picking first, he will stay at USC. How about that, by the way? If you're Caleb Williams, depending on how it falls, you can just say, "Nah, I'm good here, bro."
You know, but and here's the thing, right? In the past, we would go, there's no chance. He's got to go for the money. Arguably, he might make more staying in college. Mm-hmm. So it's not a financial thing, right? It's more of a destination thing. I think he's right.
Remember, too, that last year, Jordan Addison made more money at USC than Jamison Williams did from the Lions, and he was a 12th overall pick.
That's just facts.
Yeah. So just remember that, everybody.
You know what would be interesting? Remember we were talking about Shedeur Sanders and Caleb Williams about Sanders staying back because he wants to go first if Williams doesn't come out. What if Williams doesn't come out? Then does Sanders come out to go first if he thinks he is? You know, it'd be interesting.
That will be, actually. Jack Harrington, R.I.P. Jimbo Fisher. He's lucky, though, man. He's a con man. Without a ski mask and a gun, he's going to get $70 million to walk out the door. Could you imagine?
He's a bag man.
He owes Jameis Winston 50% of that.
Yep.
Oh, from Florida. Say it, yeah.
He should give him tribute like the Mafia. Like Winston should show up at his doorstep and he should have a duffel bag that he hands him. A piece of that. Because he deserves it.
Okay.
He went and got it for him.
That's just facts, too.
You guys know where it is for the best Lions pregame show in the city of Detroit. It's that good-looking man, Jeff Iafrate, Juicy J. That's right. He runs from bees, but he hosts a pretty good Detroit Lions pregame show. Weekly special guest as well. Make sure you subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in there. Sundays, 9:30 to 11:30, the Woodward Sports Detroit Lions pregame show, hosted by that guy, Jeff Iafrate, with a weekly special guest as well. I got to see when I'm next in the rotation to be on there with Juicy J. I need to see that. But no, we got a lot of stuff we're going to get to. When we come back, we are going to talk NHL. NHL season starts tonight. We are going to talk about the Detroit Red Wings. I have a betting line for you guys concerning the Red Wings. And I want to know, because I have some thoughts on it. It's not a get right, but I do have some thoughts on it. I want to know where you guys are at with it. Because going by the betting lines, I'm a little bit disappointed. So we'll discuss it. We'll get into all of that as well. And you should get in to Big Boy right now. 4 burgers and chicken sandwiches. They already have, the best burgers going with the original Big Boy. It's the best hamburger in civilization today. But take a gander at that new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Spenmo says yes. Mm-hmm. Spenmo, would you pull the bacon out of it and eat it on its own or no?
No. It's a single package.
If it falls out.
Yeah.
I won't put it back
Would you put it back in the burger?
Yes.
Or would you just eat it on its own?
I'd probably put it back in.
Really?
Yeah.
I would probably eat it if it fell off with some of that cheese, that nacho cheese sauce attached to it.
Nacho cheese.
Yeah, I would probably eat it on its own then. But that's where you and I are different. But anyway, you're more of a chicken sandwich kind of person. That's cool. The Dolly chicken sandwich or the Bob's hot chicken sandwich that you see on your screen. Next time we're at Big Boy, I'm having one of those. That is a fact. Don't be sitting around with old regular fries like Jordan Love fries. Don't be sitting there with regular fries. Upgrade to chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries and save room for dessert. The Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake or the Big Boy funnel cake fries as well. Nothing regular about that, everybody. Get to your local Big Boy today.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
How would you like to win a $100K Vegas getaway? Take your friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps.
Yep.
It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win. Register at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself with Cintron. Go to drinkcintron.com/Vegas to figure out how you could sign up to win.
Keeping it pushing here. Time to talk some hockey. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. NHL season starts tonight. The Red Wings Thursday night in New Jersey. But I heard something that kind of made me double clutch. You're a big hockey guy, Spem. I don't think people know that about you. Big hockey guy. So, the Red Wings, your Detroit Red Wings. D-Mac said it's time. It's time to make that playoff push. He expects to see them in the playoffs. And
Clock's gone.
Yep, the clock is gone. He says it's time to get in the playoffs. You guys are pretty funny in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, though. Doug Durkee with the Boys in the Hood reset. What you worry about these fries, fool? These my fries. That is pretty good. Trisha Miller. Neal, you know you and Darren are too old to eat that stuff. Can you say heartburn? That's young people food. If I chew it slow enough and chew it enough, it'll be okay.
Keep some Tums on deck.
You know, shooters in the socks.
Shooters in the socks.
Tums in the socks, man.
That's what it's all about.
But, D-Mac, let me run this proposal by you then. A gambling number I heard talking about the Red Wings. The Detroit Red Wings at BetMGM to make the NHL playoffs are plus 200. 2-1. And, D-Mac, I was A, surprised by that number, but B, at the same time, I think that that's good enough value to I'm not saying bet your college fund on it or get right on it or anything like that. I think that's a number that intrigues me. I think that's a good enough return to go in for that. But it also concerns me, D-Mac. 2-1?
You're saying that's
convince me, D-Mac.
Too far out?
Yeah, like
too long of odds?
Yeah, I think it's too long.
Well, dude, when you haven't made the playoffs in so long, I look at the odds board like this, where at 2-1, and I would say, is that a good value? Because I dropped the clock, and the expectations that I set is for this team to be relevant and vie for a playoff. So I'm looking good for the value of the money. Who cares? In the NHL, I think this is recency biased, recency about recent record, right? To something else that you have to prove it. This team is a lot better than it was at the end of last year. I still stick by it. I bet it 200-1. The big thing, and you don't really worry about this because if you go back in history to look at what the experts predict in hockey's a crapshoot a lot of the times. Right? So 1 out of 16 experts pick the Wings to make the playoffs. I don't give a shit about that. Right? It's about what I'm hearing too. Now, here's the one thing, and I hear it out of there where Steve Yzerman even says is that he's not putting playoffs or bust expectations on his team. It's his team, he's allowed it. But I'm doing it. Right? And it's not like or bust or there'll be questions to how it didn't come to, right? What's the biggest question for this team, Neal? Biggest question for this team?
Depth.
I think there it is. I think they've addressed the depth. When you add, a Comfort, a Costum, a Gostisbehere, a Petrie, a DeBrincat. The depth has been added. You look at what we're talking about going into, and we'll break it down more Thursday for the opening game, the 23-man roster, where guys are a little bit bent who's not here. Danielson was never going to be here. Too young, right? Not in the spot. A couple years ago in the Lucas Raymond situation, maybe he is here. But you have talent now. Goaltending is the number one question. Stevie's going to give Billy Husso the puck to be number one, and now it's like prove it or not, right? So that's the biggest question here. But I think you have just as great of a chance. I don't think the Pittsburghs, I think that they're going into decline, and Boston losing their captains and everything else. There are spots there. So you tell me it's good value at plus 200, I'm betting it, and we're going to sit back and we're going to watch.
But see, my thing with the DMAC, and Wyatt Bear says this in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, says that's bait.
What's
and bait? The plus 200 is bait.
So
and that's got my antenna.
Okay, fine. Okay. You're going at it from the betting world,
yes,
being the gambler, whatever. I don't give a shit. It's bait. But sitting here with a clock for 2 years, watching this team, this is the eyeball test, Neal. This is the eyeball test bet, right? Where the plus 200 isn't sitting here watching and being a part of what's going on and what they're building. They haven't watched the power play, how it's supposed to be better, what we've seen in the exhibition season on different guys stepping up.
And that's what I lean on. Like, if you said, hey, make the case.
You're here.
That power play line can make the case.
What did you expect the odds to be? Plus 150?
125-ish.
So there you got value where you have to go out and prove it. And I'm saying the reason it's plus 200 is because they haven't been there in how long. But when you're talking about depth, what'd you do? Set Berggren, Soderblom, Edvinsson. You set these guys that you thought might be making that step. No, because other guys that he's brought in, the veterans, the Costumes, who they just had, Reese and stuff like this, different guys. So Stevie's locking this team in to compete right out of the gate. Now, the Eastern Conference, they're in the toughest division, but they got to go out and prove it now. I'm taking that bet if it's good value. It might be a bait bet, but how many, dude? Yeah. You've made way worse bets.
What's Buffalo's odds?
I didn't look at. I didn't check those out.
Right, you're right.
I think Gentry and I are on the same
Buffalo,
wavelength.
Ottawa, you.
Yes.
One of you is gonna
make it.
Who's gonna make? I gotta think. Right, it's you, and Buffalo making that next step.
If I was capping it, I would say Buffalo's probably where I thought the Wings would be. 130 plus 130 plus 140. And that I would like, because here's the reality of the situation, DMAC, going in. And I know that we get fired up and stuff like that, and I did. And I Spenmo marked me on this. I spearheaded DeBrincat coming to Detroit.
You did?
I spoke it into existence.
It's true.
When no one believed, I believed.
That is true.
When no one thought it was possible, I made it possible.
When Brandon Katz said no.
When Brandon Katz said no, I said yes. And guess who I delivered to you?
DeBrincat.
Alex DeBrincat. I did that. I had a hand in it. I made it happen. That's what people around here do. I told you. You get it?
Both the Buffalo Sabres and the Ottawa Senators are at minus 100 to make the playoffs. Okay, so they're a little bit ahead of them, which rightfully so, I think.
And that's where I am with it, because I think that the Red Wings have a capability of having an elite first power play.
So is that the best
unit.
value on the board for if you're a bettor? I'm taking plus 200 more than I'm taking minus 100 on a team that I think it's a 3-team race of one of them to get in.
Yeah, if we're going to get granular, I would probably take less money and bet it on the Wings and say, hey, I'm getting a little bit of value. But deep down, I expect Buffalo to make the playoffs. They have a premier top line. And BMG, Mark, I'm asking the hockey guys to mark me on this.
No, for
Thompson,
sure. Yep.
One of the best young players in the league.
They got a lot of good players.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I start lining it up. And would you say their goalkeeping situation is comparable to the Red Wings?
I would say it's a little far ahead, because I don't think ideally going into a season with 3 goalies is good for any team. I'll say that because that means there's still question marks around 2 of them at least. Right. And then you got Billy Husso, which you went into last season and he played way too many games to start the year, and you've seen him deteriorate over time. So I would say any team that has 2 goalies is in a better position than a team with 3 goalies, because there's less question marks.
What did Vegas win the Cup with last year, Mike?
Yeah, but they had a lot of different goalies, and I think that's like when you Aiden Hill and you bring in like Jonathan Quick, these are dudes. These are guys that have been starters. Like a lot of these guys that the Red Wings have brought in, you're seeing Magnus Hellberg, like he's down in the AHL. Like all these goalies that they're testing out and they have tested out haven't really been those dudes. So
yeah, and again, just for me, like when you go like for like, I think that top end talent wise, and Stick agrees. I think that top end talent wise, that the Buffalo Sabres have higher top end talent. D-Mac.
Yeah. But then it comes down to the team. So we'll see the eyeball test when they're head to head and stuff like this. I got to go with what I believe. You look at this: players assigned or released or whatever like this. Like you got 4 of these guys, right? Actually 5. All 5 of these guys. Danielson, right? You saw what he is. He's a future star in this league. It's just because he's too young and he just needs to play and go back to junior. But then you got Bergeron. That's a big, there's somebody who, for lack of a better term, lost their job, right? So he's got to go down. Edvinsson, Soderblom. So there's some of your depth and the hunger. It's going to be up and down. It's going to be guys. Injuries are part of the game. But I look at this roster right now: Fabry, Kopp, Raymond, Costin, Rasmussen, Fisher, Comfer, Perrin, Larkin, Sprong, Veleno, DeBrincat, Reese. Veteran guys. Even your role guys scored 10 goals in a season in this league. So to your depth, we'll wait and see. But goaltending is where it's at. It's Ville Husso's chance to step up and step out and take it by storm, or else what do you have? Because here's the thing. And here's the second thing with Sebastian Cossa, whether he's going to be or not. You get the opportunity.
We going to see him in a Red Wings uniform this year?
No.
No. Depending on injuries and stuff like that, we'll see. But you know what? Here's the flex though. The flex is the second rounder, St. Augustine. Is that what it is? The goalie
Trey Augustine.
Trey Augustine. That's the slow burn down, just in case some of these other guys don't work. So the biggest question, and like I said, Stevie hates goalies. So you got to prove it. He's the hardest on them. So, but you get to win in this league. That's what you need. So good luck to Ville. I hope he can step up and do it.
Ville's that dude. He'll be fine.
Who's winning the Stanley Cup this year?
Don't know yet.
Carolina.
It feels like it's their time, doesn't it? Like,
really?
They're going to get one, right? Like with this
Who's
group?
their goalie? Mikey?
I got to double check for this season, honestly. I don't know.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if they make any moves, so I didn't want to say the wrong name.
Well, that's the whole thing. They more or less stood pat, haven't they?
For the most part.
Here's the thing. I think the winner comes out of the East this year. But I'll wait till Thursday to give you my Stanley Cup prediction.
Yeah, I mean,
Devils are pretty good too.
The Devils are they ripe enough though?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
They showed a little bit in the playoffs last year, and the Red Wings open up against them on Thursday, so that's going to be hype.
It is. No, it is. It's going to be.
hype.
I am looking more forward to it than I even thought I would be, as a matter of fact. I am. Hockey, D-Mac, you want to know what hockey has become for me? It's like what boxing used to be back in the day to me. It's that thing that I can watch as a fan. I don't call games, and I'm not like married to it. I can parachute in, parachute out, parachute back in.
Edmonton and your boy Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid's always on at 9:00 after the kids go to bed.
That's your whack.
That is. It's my Mountain West hockey.
Yeah.
Is the Edmonton Oilers.
But here's the thing, right? So we're say plus 200. So the over/under for points is 86.5. Right? What do you figure? 96, 95, 96 to make the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah,
right?
You have to.
So
you got to be mid-90s.
I got this team over 90.
I like that. Over 86.5. I do like that a lot.
I mean, I'm just looking at this roster. What did they end up with last year? Right? So
they were sniffing the 90s.
I mean, is this team 3, 4, 5 wins better than they were last year?
They ended up at 80 points.
I just look at this, and the power play makes them 5 games better.
And that's where I am, right?
See, that's the biggest thing. When we talk about the Lions, they address their key situations of deficiency on defense, right? The Red Wings, their deficiency on the power play, and they've added that. That's going to be the key. If the power play cooks the way that we think it is and sort of leads this team, Neal, right? That's where it's at. If this power play cooks the way that it can be, top 5, 8 in the league, that's what's going to carry.
I think if they stayed healthy last year, they may have had a chance at cracking 90 points.
The biggest thing they lost was Rasmussen. Right? You look at what they did. Mike, do you like that line where they switched up Raymond? They put Rasmussen on the first line with DeBrincat and Larkin? Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. He is the wild card. Rasmussen's the wild card because he makes this team.
The conviction's selling me, D-Mac.
What?
I said your conviction is selling me on Rasmussen.
As a matter of fact, I got everything I needed out of him seeing last year, and he's only going to get better.
Your conviction has sold me to the point where I'm going to pick him up while you tell us about Guardian Alarm.
All right, let's do it. Guardian, guys, I've been telling you all along, doesn't matter what it is. Guardian, they definitely got the wings back. Also, let customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automatic solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian today. The number, 1-800-STAY-OUT. 24/7, professional monitor. Call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. But I need you to call the number today, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. Business, personal, doesn't matter. Guardian has your back. But please, give them a call today, 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Stay out of the penalty box on Thursday, Devils, because the Red Wings are hunting.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Stay out of the win column, Buffalo Sabres and Ottawa Senators.
Go to the playoffs, baby. Guardian Alarm's got your back no matter what you need. Your local security experts tell them Big D Energy we sent ya.
Tell us about Les Stanford, too, D-Mac.
You got it. Les Stanford, what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years, you expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Rhul here for 5 Iron Golf, downtown Detroit's newest sports bar. 13 TrackMan simulators, certified instructors, and most importantly, to me anyway, a full bar. They got a restaurant too, I guess. 5 Iron Golf Leagues are ongoing right now. You can compete nationally for a chance to win a trip to the Dominican Republic. Sign up as a foursome or as an individual. Just go to 5irongolf.com. You can register there. Oh, here's a nice little nugget, a little bonus for you. Use the promo code Woodward10, get 30% off your league fees, huh? How about that? It's wintertime, guys. It sucks out there, and it ain't going to get nice again until like June. So if you want to play golf, 5 Iron Golf is the spot for you. Go to 5irongolf.com today. It's 5 Iron Golf. Sorry I had to get aggressive with everybody there, but just accepting the reality of what's in front of us. No, but we're kind of just talking NHL for a couple minutes here. It is opening night, so sorry about it if the football jackals. I think we feed the football jackals enough to keep you sustained. I do. This is worthy. It's a big season for this Red Wings team. It is. There's a lot on the line to me. I was just asking you guys because D-Max, he's been on this Rasmussen train, and he's aggressive about it. And Rasmussen's on that first power play line with DeBrincat and Larkin. So for me, no one cares about my fantasy hockey team, especially my fantasy hockey team. But I'm not moving Connor Brown from the Oilers because he's the only taste of Edmonton that I got on the hockey team this year. And he's supposed to play on McDavid's line. So you get 20 you get 20 goals just for showing up.
50 free points.
Yeah, So for me, it's do I have Rasmussen? Because I have Jacob Vrana. That's a Neal Rhul special in fantasy sports. I got him in like the 13th round or something like that. No one's thinking about him. He did have 10 goals in 14 games for the Blues.
No, I mean, if he's available, he's their go-to guy. He's going to get all the opportunity and stuff like that. So, like I said to you during break, is I wouldn't make that move early in the season.
Yep. Gotcha. So
I could be wrong, but big year out of Ross.
The ski mask boy, Lightning will not make the playoffs. This will be. I still think they will. I think the establishment, I think the machine is still too strong. I know Vasilevsky's supposed to come back, December, something like that?
He's out for a couple months.
No Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
I think they only have like one goalie right now, AHL aside of him. But, I was looking at that when we were talking about the lines. The Lightning are only minus 170 to make the playoffs.
Damn.
Still
minus 170, huh? So the business community's still on board with Tampa Bay.
What are Boston and Pittsburgh?
Give me a minute. I'll pull it.
Because those, who's going to drop for, somebody else to get in, right? So if it's not at minus 170, and I'm sort of like the entrails of being able to make it into the playoffs, even if when you're on the decline of a Stanley Cup champion, it's in the NHL. It goes a bunch of seasons, right? You still have that pedigree to do it. What do you got, Mikey?
The Pittsburgh is minus 225, and Boston is minus 295.
See,
I don't know.
Boston's still going to make it.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Speaking of the old fantasy hockey, we were talking about it. My guy Pavel Zacha steps into that number one center role. Nobody's even heard of him. Wait and see.
You got him on your team?
Yep. Wait and see.
Nice.
Wait and see.
Playing with the Rat and Pastrnak?
Yeah.
I can't believe they gave the Rat the C.
Why?
And it just pisses me off.
Maybe that's the idea.
It should have been Pasta.
The Rat only has a few more years left in him, so it'll be Pasta soon.
Chuck Brewer, Neal, we need 5 shows a day with 2 hours only of Lions. Rolls eyes. No, we need more hockey and basketball. But Chuck, I knew what was going to happen when I did this, but I did it for the people, the hardcores of this show that are hockey fans. Viewership took a dive when we started talking hockey. It just did. So I can't do it all the time. We got a business to run here, but at the same time, this is for the day ones, man. And I like talking hockey. And goddamn it, we got Darren McCarty here, so we're talking hockey. Mm-hmm. And BMG, low key. BMG's nice little hockey mind too. And Spenny's a hockey guy. This is a hockey-friendly show.
For sure.
Not every show on this network can pull it off.
Listen, I'm the one who doesn't like hockey the most out of
I know
show.
you are, actually.
Seriously, I'm the one who's like, whatever.
On a Saturday night, man, in wintertime, I'm locked into CBC.
Absolutely. We all are. Second nature. It's how we grew up. It's sort of like, everybody who's does CBC, baby.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Might be for Thursday or whatever like this, but I've seen it a few times. Who you got scoring the first goal for the Wings this year?
I put it in there already. Sprong. He's opening it up.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
DeBrincat on the power play. Ooh. I'm going all in. Power play goal, too.
On the point on the power play.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Larkin. Set the tone. Out the gate.
Tony D. Neal, this is Hockey Town, right? Is it still? Because, hey, Tony D, full disclosure, that question used to kind of trigger me a little bit, I would say, like 5 years ago. It would. Because I would look around and look at Minnesota Wild games, or I would look at Pittsburgh games or Buffalo games, and I would say, guys, we ain't them. Because the team's not good, and all the empty seats and all that kind of stuff. But in the last 2 years, I've had, full disclosure, I've asked D-Mac, I'm like, hey, D-Mac, I want to take the guys to the game tonight. D-Mac I got to see. You know, like that's how it's changed.
Yeah. No,
at the beginning, it used to be, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Now it's like, hey, let me see, I'll get back to you.
Call.
You know, so that tells me that it is back
it's
on
common.
board. It is like Dispo.
No, unbelievable. Experience Dispo Romeo, a team that curates an exclusive atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory for Michigan's largest variety of products. First ever cannabis mall of its kind is conveniently located off of Van Dyke and 32 Mile in Romeo. Dispo Romeo is now open late night until midnight every day except for Sunday. Can it get any better than that? I don't think so. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
How about Feldman, Neal?
How about Feldman Chevrolet? Because you guys already know they are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. I was going by the sheet. Sorry, man. They are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealership. 18 locations. There's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. They make buying a car so easy, even a tool like Sam Flannel can buy a car at Feldman Chevrolet. I will probably end up buying a car very soon from Feldman Chevrolet. Waiting for those EVs to slide on in there, everybody. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holt and Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Join Woodward Sports and the heavyweights' favorite new long drink. Yes, live every home game for the official Lions VIP tailgate party at Eastern Market, Shed 5. Always a bash. Starts at 9:30 a.m. until game time. Official Lions tailgate is back and better than ever. How would you like to pregame it with Woodward Sports to be treated like a VIP? Food, beverages, entertainment, all included. Get your tickets online today at bullseyeeventgroup.com or win some from Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and direct message Lions VIP.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy. Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul and Darren McCarty and Spencer Raxter and Big Mike Gentry and all of you. That's a lot of people here that are rolling out to Big D Energy. The away fan, us diehards love the hockey talk, man. Thanks, boys. I know it's less popular than football, but we do appreciate it. So, yeah.
Woodward Sports about people, Big D Energy. You can bring people what they want.
Sue you, the Devils are in now for a while.
Too.
Yeah, the Devils are in now for a while. The East is a beast. It is.
Yep, Devils are the new and the question is it this year? Is it this their year, or is it like? Because I think they're like a year or two ahead of where the Wings are at. So you can get a looking in the mirror of what you can become.
And I think it's fitting that every time we have hockey, it took everybody a second to do it, but Lloyd Bryant says, no one wears number 91 again. Lloyd, you know my stance on that. one of the biggest travesties in Detroit sports is that number 91 isn't in the rafters. And you guys know me. I don't take up these little goofy causes and stuff like that, but I am 1,000,000% on board with that. 91 needs to be in the rafters. I don't know the intricacies of it. I just know that it needs to happen. And when it does, I will be in the building. I will be in the building that night. I promise you. If I got to sneak in, whatever, I don't care. I'll be in the building. 110%. The away fan, retired 91, 30, and 16. I don't know about all that.
The two biggest, and right, Sergei's jersey and Ozzy in the Hall of Fame. Those are the two biggest misnomers or questions.
The two biggest Detroit sports travesties. Number one, 91's not in the rafters, not retired. And on the Tiger side, George Kell's number is not retired. That's a travesty to me.
Especially for what he meant to the organization as a player and then a broadcaster.
And then a broadcaster. 25 years of service. And oh, by the way, as a player, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame. And like when he was here, he like beat Ted Williams for batting titles and stuff like that. Is that good enough for you? And then called the games for 25 years as well. That's you know what? They're 1 and 1A now I'm getting fired up.
That might be the most criminal.
It's Spenny. That's absurd, is it not?
Spency.
It is pretty absurd. It is pretty absurd.
I'm all out of sorts. My voice is cracking like Peter Brady.
Spency. Beth calls me Spency. It's annoying.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out Beth. Best hairstylist here at Lady Jane's.
Facts.
That's facts, not opinion.
Uh-huh.
Anybody else got anything for the good of the group? Corey Berry and Sweet Lou not in Cooperstown too. I do get worked up about that one. Go do a side-by-side with him and Joe Morgan. Go do it. Plus, by the way, he was part of the greatest double play combination in the history of baseball. So, like, I know that wouldn't register with people like Sam Flannel. Well, that doesn't count for anything. No, actually it does. When you're the greatest double play combo in the history of baseball, that does count for something. That's fact, not opinion as well. Wednesdays with Flannel tomorrow, right?
Wednesdays with Flannel. Yeah.
I got something that's going to blow your mind and might explode Sam Flannel's head tomorrow.
It's true.
And we're gonna ambush him with it, Spenny.
Hell yeah.
I'm just going to say, Flannel, before you go.
Oh, by the way.
I need to get your thoughts on this.
Yep.
What if I told you... What if I told you that these two guys are basically the same guy this year? No. Oh, my God, I can't wait.
You have to stay tuned tomorrow. It's going to be fireworks.
Let's go Red Wing Sparty. Can we do it with just a cardboard cutout of Flannel? We'll look into it.
Yeah, we'll see.
For D-Mac, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter, I'm Neal Rhul. Thanks for tapping in.
Yeah,
Big D Energy. Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.